Yo! Okay, so time for a new video, and boy, do I have some things to get off my chest. So I thought, what better way to than lump all of my thoughts into one video, make a good video, and basically think out loud as I talk. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna start with the whole dating thing, and then I'm gonna move on to a few other different things because it's not all gonna be about dating and women, but so. I went out yesterday, drinking, trying to meet a woman, approaching women. I had a good night, to be fair. And to be fair, it was my first time out in about a month. The last time I went out before that was the Sunday before my mum's birthday. I was in a couple of weeks, and I thought, you know what? Let me go out and get a roast dinner, have a few Guinnesses, and try and meet a woman, approach some women as a single person should do if they want to try and meet somebody. And yeah, I had nothing better to do, so I thought, why not go out and have some fun? So I'd done a couple of approaches, and I met this woman from Finland, and she seemed alright, responding nicely, no ignoring. She seemed down to earth. She didn't seem stuck up. She seemed just alright. And she said to me that if I went to Finland, that she would meet me. She agreed to it. And then out of the blue, she hit me with, "Oh, yeah, I'm meeting somebody I like, and I want to see um, how it goes. So yeah, wishing you all the best." I was like, "Oh no, here we go again. Why can't you just meet somebody that doesn't play games or doesn't lead you on?" I mean, this is part of the reason why I stopped for that month, is because it was always the same old. You would go and try and approach a woman, and she would say she has a boyfriend when 9 times out of 10 she doesn't, or they give you attitude when you approach, or they just walk away, or they give you their number and lead you on for their own entertainment. And to be honest with you, it was getting depressing. And I was like, I'm going to take a break, go on a detox, save a bit of money, and just take a break from it all, because everybody needs a break once in a while, and breaks do you good. That's the whole point of them. And then yesterday, I decided to go out and try again. Because it had been a month, and I thought, yeah, I had some money on the side. I won a football bet. That's how I had cash. I never carry cash on me, so I had cash on the side. So I thought, do you know what? I want to go out today. I want to have fun. I want to try and meet a woman. But I want to look my absolute best. Like, there's no point putting 50% into something when you can put 100% into something. So I went to the barbers, got a full service, eyebrows, hair, beard, got my face waxed, got a face mask, just got the full service, and the barber done a good job, and I paid good money. So ready to go out, looking good, smelling good, all that good stuff. So went into central London, and I approached 10 women. The first one said that she was married. She gave me a bit of attitude. The others just didn't really say much. The other said that she had a boyfriend. And to be fair, the first one I'd done, I was a bit apprehensive because I hadn't done it for a month. So I was trying to um, get back into it, basically, because I hadn't done it for so long. But yeah, I'd done the 10 approaches, and just none was interested. And like I've said many times before, if you can barely get a conversation out of a woman, I don't know where this so called hope people are telling you have actually is, unless I'm missing something. But then I thought, okay, whatever. It's just approaching on the street. Maybe they don't want to talk because they're in a rush, or whatever. Maybe they think you're trying to sell something, or whatever the case may be. The day is still very young. We've got all day. We're going to go to some pubs. We're going to go to some clubs. We're going to go to some bars, and hopefully our luck changes. Um, as the day or night rather progresses. And you would think that somebody looking their best and being confident and trying and putting effort into this, as well as money, you would have thought that you would find a woman that at least gives you a chance. That's what you would think, but the reality is it isn't like that. So in the end, I made some new friends, I met my friend, and I got 10 women's numbers, like their real numbers. And I didn't think I was going to get 10 numbers, to be fair. I was thinking I was going to get maybe 3. I broke my record by getting 10 numbers. I was like, wow, Jesus Christ. Maybe I hadn't been out for so long, I enjoyed it more when I actually did. Because the less you do something, the more you enjoy it when you actually do it. So maybe it was that, but I got 10 numbers. And yeah, my record was 8 before that. But it's not like I'd go out every week and get 8 numbers. It's normally about 3 or 4. But the fact that I got 10 numbers, I was proud of myself. So, you know, you have to give yourself credit where credit is due. You went out, you looked your best, you done your best, you smelt your best. What more can one possibly do? And I feel like deep down, that's one of the reasons why I'm not too annoyed, because I know I tried and there's nothing else I could have done. I gave it my all and that's all I could do. So, to be honest with you, I didn't think anything was going to come out of them numbers, because the way I see it is, I've been dealing with this for years, you know, a woman giving me a number, playing mind games, leading me on, and I don't expect all of a sudden it's going to be any different now, and I'd be a fool to, you know. But having said that, I did think some of them would reply, to be fair. I did actually think some of them would have replied. Not one woman replied. Yep. I'm not even joking. Like, I generally don't think people believe me when I said that. So I don't know where this said hope is people are trying to feed me. I mean, think about yesterday. Even if you wanted to erase all of the past things that I've done, you know, going to this city, that city, approaching thousands and thousands of women, even if you wanted to erase that and forget about that and just use yesterday, take yesterday, for example. I went out looking my best, doing my best, smelling my best. I got 10 numbers and not even one woman had the decency to reply back. But yet somehow people think that one day I'm going to magically meet a woman and be with a woman and fall in love. To me, it's just not realistic. I mean, at the end of the day, I wasn't expecting I was going to get married to any of these numbers or have kids with any of these numbers as soon as I met them. I did think one of them would have at least gave me a chance. They would have at least, like, accepted a date, you know, next week. I would have been happy with that, you know. Wherever the date went, I would have been, okay, you put effort into it, you got a date, whatever happens, happens. The fact that I didn't even get a date with us, how much, and I've done a lot of approaches. Like, it's not even a joke. My feet are still hurting, to be honest. My ankle, my shin from all that walking. And I don't even have a single date lined up. That tells you all you need to know. At the end of the day, right, you get these women that say, we can't find someone, we can't find someone, we can't find someone. Yet they will go on multiple dates a month. Whereas I used this example to a woman before that I could go out every week and I wouldn't even get one date a month. Whereas yesterday is probably about a month's worth. Like, you know, if I went out every week, I probably would get about 10, 12 numbers at the end of the month. So yesterday I got 10 numbers. I don't even have a date. And my feet are hurting, my shin's hurting. Whereas these women, they could just get a date whenever they want, and it's crazy. And I know they're picky, and I know they're looking for Mr. Perfect, but the fact of the matter is, if you can't even get a date lined up, and don't forget, a date doesn't mean anything. That's the first step to establishing whether two people are on the same level and connect. If you can't even get a date with the amount that you're trying and the effort you're putting in, I don't think they're interested in this country. That's just the way I see it. I mean, it's not like, you know, you went out yesterday and you got 2 numbers or 3 numbers, or you didn't look your best, because then I'd be like, okay, that's just normal, you know, if you get 3 numbers and they don't go anywhere. At the same time, I did enjoy yesterday. It was a good night out. I don't regret it. I respect myself for trying, but that is fucked up. Bro, I can't lie to you. Like, to get 10 numbers and not even get a single date, that is disgusting. Like, there's no other word to describe it. But then a woman doesn't even need to try to even get a date, whereas me, I had to look my best, pay the barber good money. I've almost got broken feet with all of the trying I've done, and I don't have a single date lined up. Crazy, isn't it? Very, very, very crazy. So I mean, I would love to know where this so-called hope where this so-called hope rather is, it might be in a treasure chest, and I don't have the key to it because I can't see any hope trying to find somebody in this country, and that's my God's honest truth. It is disgusting how not one of them women even had the decency to apply. That is bad. That is really, really, really bad. And I looked my best, done my best, wasn't fat, don't look ugly, and that still wasn't good enough. So I mean, but like I said, I respect myself for trying, for actually going out there and trying. Now, here's another thing, right? Another thing that annoys me about this country is not just the dating game. It's, does anyone else feel like you can't go and do anything normal without hiccups in this country? And what I mean by that is, after I went out approaching last night, I went to the escort house. Let's just call it an escort house, and we made a deal, right? Because obviously I like blowjobs. So I'll give you £100. You give me a blowjob, I get to finish. I'm not going to get into details, but basically she agreed to it. You give money, you get a service. That's business, right? Like, that's normally how business is. So midway, while she was giving me a blowjob, she's like, "Oh, you can't finish. Like you have to finish yourself off." I'm not going to get into details, but I was like, "No, I gave you £100. We made a deal. The thing she's saying would have cost about £70, £80. Whereas obviously if you want to finish, it costs a bit more. You know, some of them don't like people finishing in their mouth, whatever. Okay." And I was like, "No, I want half my money back," because obviously I'd already done stuff. And she was like, "No." I was like, "No, I want half my money back. We agreed, and you agreed to it, and now you're saying that I can't do this." And it literally became a big thing. Like, in the end, I got half the money back, what I wanted, but somebody could have seriously got hurt yesterday. And it's like, what the fuck? Why does it have to be like that? Listen, you should have just been able to have gone out yesterday, do some approaches, right? Go and get an escort. No bumpy rides along the road, no hiccups, no problems. Get the service that you paid for. Message one of the numbers yesterday, the next day, which is today, and schedule a date with a woman. Why is there always got to be hiccups in this country? And that's not the only thing as well. Like, there's, I'm gonna give you another few examples. It's like yesterday should have been, you get a few women's numbers, you schedule a date with one of these women, you use an escort, you pay the money, you get the service. Why has there always got to be problems? To be fair, there wasn't a problem that big before. There's never really problems, but there's always a problem. You go on the bus, you get some entitled dickhead, can't mind their own business. You go to work, you get entitled dickheads that can't mind their own business, have to get involved with shit. You know, you go to the cinema, right? Here's another thing. I went to the cinema earlier, whilst I was waiting for the numbers to reply, because I thought that at least one of them was going to have the decency to reply. Went to the cinema, as I do, I love horror films. The machine wasn't working. Like, the machine was not working. I had to wait 15 minutes for them to put the Pepsi in the cup, right? And then they downsized the pick a mix to something so small for the price that you've paid. Why has there always got to be hiccups? Why can't you just go out one day and have a normal day without any problems? You can't even go to work without there being hiccups. You know, it's like, I really don't understand it. Why can't think? It just feels like there's nothing normal in this country, and it generally feels like everything is designed to irritate you. Like, the dating game, the waiting around for things, the government, it's crazy. Like, it honestly is. The waiting around for things. Like, I could have missed my film yesterday if they took any longer. At the end of the day, because it was coming out water instead of Pepsi, it's like there's always got to be hiccups in this country. Like, I can't explain it. It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if anyone else is also in a bad mood living in this country, but I mean, the dating game's fucked, in it. You got to wait around for everything. There's always got to be problems. The escort, for example, how about you just pay for a service, get the service, you get the service, they get the money, done. It's like there's always got to be hiccups with a lot of the things that you do. You can't just go out and have a normal day at the cinema, or use an escort and get the service that you pay for, or go out and meet a woman and get a date and see where it goes. It can never ever be a stress-free day or thing without hiccups. Then that's another thing that annoys me about this country. It really, really, really does. It feels like it generally is designed to irritate you. It really does. Like, it's crazy. So that's what I wanted to share. Dating game's still messed up. I still can't believe that not one of them women replied. That's insane. You would have thought one of them would have at least had the decency. And that's it. I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm still tired from last night's effort, which got me nowhere in the end. But like I said, I can sleep well tonight knowing that I tried and I put effort into it. But yeah, that's my video anyway. So hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, there we go.